So guys, I'm back down at Southwick Park and I'm speaking a little bit quietly because I've just seen some fish in the edge. I got down here about an hour ago and I thought I'd just try the dam end of the pool that's been closed off due to some works. But I got down there and the tape was all removed and there's someone fishing opposite, so it looks like it's all back on, fair game. So I got excited, got into a swim, put some pellets around in the margins, had a little look around. I didn't see a thing for an hour. So I thought, I've got right in the edge. I thought I've got to have a little walk up to the boathouse and see if there's anything up here. Well, I got to the board swim and put a little bit of pellets in the margin, walked up to the boathouse swim, and there's carp everywhere. And there's one right in the margins, and I'm going to put a bread bomb on and I'm going to see if I can catch one quite quickly. Looks like a good fish too. Hopefully. So it's not the big ones that I've been seeing down there, but it's a good fish to start with. I saw a few down there milling around. The end of the lake was really quiet. The rest of the lake, I've spoke to a couple of anglers on the way down here and it's been really quiet this afternoon. But I saw a few milling about out here by the boathouse. Flicked out a bit of bread, a couple of attempts, and we've managed to nick one. Quite happy with that. There's a couple more out there, so I'm going to slip this one back because it's full of beans and he's behaving at the moment though, and see if we can get another one. Yeah, good start. So there's a nice fish. Nice clean fish for fish number 2. Mirror this time. 2 fish in quick succession, happy with that. It's been a bit quiet, it looked like it was going to be a bit tough, so 2 fish in the first sort of half an hour's fishing, I'm pleased with. I don't know if you saw that on camera, but it absolutely leapt clear of the water when it struck. Fantastic battle. And a lovely fish. Let's keep plugging away. So for all of the traditional followers, I apologise now, but for fishing down here I wanted to travel light and I didn't want to be cutting long rods around. I got a bit of a walk and it's quite a big lake, to be fair. It's 12 acres and it's quite narrow, so it's up and down the banks when you are stalking. Got to park up in the golf course car park and walk across the golf course and then down the lake either side. And I just don't want to be laden down with tackle for a short stalking session, so decided to invest in a couple of these short stalking rods. And they're really cool because they're telescopic and they retract into the butt. So these are the sonic extractors that I'm using. Obviously I've got cork handles, a couple of new reels as well. yeah, it's 9 foot, £3 test curve, and it did scare me, thinking, you know, £3 test curve, wow, that's going to be like a broom handle, but it's really not. Those two fish were the first two fish that I've caught on this rod, and it played beautifully. I mean, loads of power in the butt for controlling the fish, so they don't just, you know, no floppy rod syndrome, the fish just doing what it wants to do. But certainly not ripping any hooks out, not for the first two anyway. So bodes well. I've got a pair of them. I've got the little small case that they go in coming, that's ordered, and a new rucksack and a few other bits and pieces that I did a little bit of shopping. So yeah, that's what I'm using today, just in case anyone's thinking, what's that rod he's got? Yeah, a couple of new ones. So out in the swim just then was an old dinosaur of a common. He's heard my voice and he's just made a beeline out to the centre of the lake, but he does keep coming back. So hopefully we can have a close look at him later. I've got the hook baited, another fish is just topped over there. Got the hook baited in preparation. As soon as I see another fish, I can flick out a bit of bread into its path. And that's how we've had those last two. So I'm spotting quite a few fish, but they're right out in the centre of the lake. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach some baby bell wax for a bit of added casting weight. I'm going to see if I can put a bait right out in the middle where the fish are. Incidentally, when I went up to have a look off the platform a minute ago, there was a fish feeding on the pellet that I'd put down in the margin. So I just put a few more bits of pellet down there, just to let them have a good munch without any lines in the water, and hopefully, before we go home, we can go and nick a fish off of that spot. Really weird casting with short rods, just not used to it. Come over a little bit overcast now, but it's not a bad thing. The wind's sprung up a little bit as well, and there's a fish that keeps visiting that I've had a couple of chances at, and I've actually nicknamed it the dinosaur. It looks so old and wrinkly, and a fair sized fish as well. It looks like it could be a 20-pounder, but I saw it come into the bank. I was up in the boathouse swim, it came into the bank, and then I lost sight of it, and I walked along to the platform swim, and as I looked down onto the pellet that I fed, it was there, tail waving, proper troughing. So I went back and got the rod, squeezed a bit of bread flake onto the hook, and as I got back, he just moved off the spot. He went out and came round in a circle, and as he came past in front of me, he just snapped at a couple of leaves on the surface. So I dropped a bit of bread in his path, and as he come up to the bit of bread, my heart was thumping like you wouldn't believe. And he just turned away at the last minute, and then swam off, probably into another lake or something. But now I've seen he stuck his head out down by the snag tree down along the right hand side there, so he's still in the area. He might drop his guard. We'll have to see. He's exciting though. So since them first couple of early fish, the fish have been really tormenting me. To be honest, they pushed out further out into the lake. So I had the option of, and I packed away to do it, go down the other end of the lake, see if I can find some more fish. But I put some pellets just down in the little gap by the boathouse, and there was a bit of fizzing and I saw a tail waving. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to spend an hour just doing a bit of float fishing with luncheon meat. I haven't done it for so long, float fishing under the rod tip with some luncheon meat, and I've managed to catch one. There he is. Lovely clean mirror. Not bad size either. That's a double. That's definitely a double there. Proper chuff. That one really screamed off, taking yards and yards of line. Because it's a shallow lake, they just go out left and right. They can't bore away deep. So you get some really exhilarating fights. Big old paddle on him. But yeah, well chuffed with that. Really chuffed. Lovely eye back. Really good fish. I'm going to put some more pellets down there, sit back for half an hour and chill, see if they'll come back. Because that was fun. Watching the float slide away. There's no better way to catch them really, is there? So that's all we've got time for today. These fish have been tormenting me for the last couple of hours. I've been float fishing in the edge. I had that one on the float and I thought this is going to be the method, you know, because that first one was just a sail away bite. But from here on the platform, I've had them feeding really close in, tails waving, actually see the fish. But as soon as they feel the line, they're spooking. Big old bow waves out into the middle of the lake. As soon as they feel the line. Been really frustrating because there's been some really good fish down there too. But I'm going to devise a plan and come back another day and see if we can put it right. But we have 3 fish in a short afternoon session, so can't complain. But yeah, that's me off. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Tight lines, guys.